Hello, welcome to this episode of NewWayStories. Today's the episode where we talk about a movie that I starred in that a lot of people love. It's the Muppets Christmas Carol. Thank you so much for joining us, and maybe today you'll learn a little something about your own life. Don't wait till it's too late to change. Don't wait till three ghosts from past, present, and future visit you to tell you about how you're supposed to change your life. Today is the Muppets Christmas Carol version of the NewWayStories podcast, and we hope you really enjoy it. Thanks for listening. This is Darius. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to the NewWayStories podcast.
I'm playing the music.
I can hear it. My Michael Caine impression is extremely rusty, but we're really happy that you guys are here. We love you. Michael Caine. So anyway, we're excited that y'all are here. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. And if you love the Muppets Christmas Carol, this episode is for you. NewWayStories is a podcast all about creativity and cinema and the other C that I always forget.
Christmas!
So thanks for hanging out. And our host, Jesse, is still on maternity leave. He's a new mommy. And hopefully we'll see him in just a couple weeks. No, not hopefully. He will be back in just a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. And the baby will be off to the orphanage by then, and he will have nothing else to do. So it'll be good. Good all around. Good for the baby. Good for Jesse. Yep. Good for Kate. Good for us.
We talked a lot about Muppets last week, and we're continuing it. Muppet Christmas Carol.
We talked a lot about Muppets last week.
Great Gonzo will strike again.
Is Ralph the dog?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Kirby.
The American way.
Yeah.
The American way.
I'm just going to keep doing this the whole podcast until I get it where I want it to be. And so I'm really sorry if you don't want to hear any more of this impression, because I'm not going to be able to stop doing it until I feel like I've got it as good as I want it.
Well, sir,
I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, Mr. Caine, what was it like working on the Muppet Christmas Carol?
Terrible. The problem was mostly that Kermit, my co-star, was one of the most horrible divas I've ever met in my life.
Really? I
kept
thought...
giving me line reads every time we'd do a scene together. He'd come up to me afterwards and he'd say something like, maybe you could stop messing up every take. And I would say, I'm so sorry, Kermit. I know this is your movie. I'm just here to be Ebenezer Scrooge.
I always thought Miss Piggy was the diva. What was it like working with her?
Well, I can't talk too much about that because I don't kiss and tell. But I will say she's an absolute lovely, beautiful human being. And I'd also say, Miss Piggy, if you're still out there listening, I still love you. I still want you in my life. And I've never loved anyone as much as I love you. So please come back.
Wow. I breaking news, folks. We'll make sure Miss Piggy hears that.
It's not breaking news. I wrote about it in my memoir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't read it.
Shades of a Pig.
50 Shades
All
of
about,
Pig.
Oh, that's so terrible. I intentionally did not make that reference.
I like that shit took you out of it. If you got to be gross about Kermit, I got to be gross about Piggy this episode.
50 Shades of Pork.
Oh
so
my gosh.
So, no, okay,
Michael.
well, no more. Oh, Michael.
Kermit never loved me like this, Michael.
Okay, that's too much for me. That makes me so uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh. I love the Muppet Christmas Carol. It was a staple growing up for me. I grew up watching it. I loved being a kids movie that was a little scary, like with the three different ghosts.
Right.
I love that. I love a little bit of, just a tasteful amount of scary. Enough to scare you out of being a greedy capitalist.
Yeah.
Which obviously it didn't work.
You're the greediest. You're the greediest person I've ever met, Ben.
Yeah.
And I say that as a compliment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't ever want to hear about the means of production or owning it.
Ugh.
Disgusting.
Ugh. Are there no poorhouses? Are there no workhouses? Are there no prisons for the poor to live in?
What I love about first of all, let me just tell this real quick story.
Yeah.
No way, I told it last time. There's just a lot of people in my circle, and I don't know if, and this I don't mean to, I grew up with around a lot of Mexicans. I don't know if you know this.
Oh.
And
So you were kind of like just a fish out of water.
No, I was one of
a
the
lone black
yeah.
woman in a sea of Mexicans.
Yep, that was me. I was the only black woman, and I love the Muppets, and I feel like not a lot of other people love the Muppets.
Muppets? Are you saying? And I'm not trying to be funny. This is a genuine question. Are you saying in the Latino community the Muppets is not big, or the Muppets Christmas Carol is not big?
In my circle, there weren't a lot of fans of Muppets. There was a lot of fan of Goku.
yeah, me too. Yep. I also grew up. Well, I don't know how much money your family had. I grew up low income, so I don't know why Goku is the hero of all poor kids, but he for sure is.
It was a lot of Goku, the X-Men.
Okay.
Superman.
Okay.
What else? WWE.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge WWE fan, but I'm kind of a little bit annoyed because WWE has become like a thing that people love. I don't know how to say this. It's become a thing that people who didn't grow up white trash or
jumped onto.
or just like again, not just white trash, but just like, and I say that endearingly as a member of the community, like people who didn't grow up like lower income. Like I saw freaking Timothy Chalamet talking about WWE, and I didn't like it.
Did you see that? He was like,
and I love Timothy Chalamet. Like I think he's really great, and he should be able to love WWE. And he's kind of like the most endearing guy ever. Like he's so genuine sounding, but hearing him talk about WWE, I was like, oh, it's not for you.
Well, so
which is a terrible thing to say. It really is a terrible thing. Like
yeah, you should be able to like WWE, whoever you are.
Absolutely, that's such a stupid thing for me to think, but that's how I felt. Just being honest.
For someone whose whole persona is the chill dude, he totally sucked at beer pong on Jimmy Fallon. Anyways,
I didn't see that. That's funny.
What I'm saying is that the growing up, not a lot of people like the Muppets, and even
I also saw a video of Timothy Chalamet singing Kirk Franklin.
Oh yeah!
Did you see that on Drewski?
I saw it, but I didn't watch it. Yeah.
He just and I know he doesn't have any church background because I also saw an interview recently where I guess he's doing press for Marty Supreme. That must be why I'm seeing so much content from him.
Yeah.
I saw an interview where they're asking him about his hair on the Graham Norton show. Graham was like, "Ooh, cut off your hair like Samson and Delilah, right?" And he's like, "What's that?" And what's her name? The woman that plays Trelawney in Harry Potter, Emma Thompson.
Yep.
She was like, "Oh, don't worry, darling. I'll take you out for drinks and I'll tell you all about Samson and Delilah." And
whoa.
Yeah, well, she's a mommy as well, just like Jesse. Two mommies, and so he doesn't know anything about church. He doesn't even know he's never even heard of Samson and Delilah, but he knew how to sing something about the name Jesus. Something about the name Jesus. It is the sweetest name I know. Oh, how I love the name Jesus. Oh, how I love the name Jesus. It is the sweetest name that I know. Oh, gosh, I love that song. Sorry I butchered it, but man, I love that song. Woo! Oh.
Anyways.
Oh, I love the name Jesus. Woo! Sweetest name that I know. Whoa, it's the sweetest name.
Now
Someone in here, someone's got to turn in, neighbor. And you got to ask them, has the name got sugar on it? Has the name got honey on it? What's the sweetest thing you've ever had?
Change it to Miss Piggy.
Oh, do you put cream in your coffee? I went British on accident. Do you put cream in your coffee? Oh, Gurmy, do you put cream in your coffee, Gurmy? I don't know how to sing like Miss Piggy. That's crazy. Oh, but it's the sweetest name I know.
oh, it's the sweetest. I said, oh, it's the sweetest. I said, oh, it's the sweetest name that I know.
Your hits weren't working. We are on a delay. It's going to be in the recording. It's like, sweetest name.
No, you got to edit it. Yeah.
No, I'm not editing Jack. Jack, another Muppet. He's the big one.
Dude, you were talking about something, and I started talking about Timothy Chalamet again. I'm so sorry.
No. There's just a couple of people, millennial, and they love Christmas. And I said, "Have you guys watched it?" They had not watched it yet. I'm like, oh, I've never seen that.
Sweetest name.
How? I don't know. I feel like, is it not as big as we think it is?
Something about the name Jesus.
Are you stop trying? I'm not pressing it. I'm not pressing the button.
Okay, wait. Sorry, say that again.
Is it not as popular as we think it is?
The Muppets?
The Muppet Christmas Carol. Right now, we're talking about the Muppet Christmas Carol.
It's hard. Sorry, the Muppet Christmas Carol. I'll be honest with you. It was not a part of my childhood. I'm not sure why, but it wasn't a big thing for me. Brittany, my wife, she probably could quote the whole movie. And so I think I had seen it once as a kid, but I'll be honest with you, as a kid, Muppets Christmas Carol is confusing because it's not that funny if you're a kid.
I always found it freaking hilarious.
Well, you probably just have a more refined sense of humor than me because I was like waiting for it to be something that it wasn't, and it just didn't hold my attention. I think Michael Caine famously, right, is like, I'm only going to do this movie if I know that I can do the whole thing as serious as if it were a real production of A Christmas Carol.
And he said it was
as if there's no Muppets in this scene.
He said it was as if it was Shakespeare's theater or like some sort of theater.
As if it was the Shakespearean theater. And I think like for me, that kind of like as a kid, I was like, why is this guy so serious?
Well, I always loved
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because I was in a production. I played Ebenezer Scrooge in at least one production of A Christmas Carol as a kid.
Yeah.
And so I knew the entire play.
Yeah.
So you would think that I would have been like more
appreciative of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
So my dad always played it because he has his like rotation of like
Mm-hmm.
movies and music that he'd play. And so that was always a staple. And I would hear it growing up. And I think the first even like Muppet, I remember I always liked the Muppets, but I remember we were on a family reunion that I didn't want to go to, and in the living room they had like a one of those DVD of a couple episodes of the Muppets, and we were there for like a couple days.
Yeah,
I watched that stuff on repeat, dude.
Yeah.
And it was the episode with Phenomena too, which I always loved that as a kid.
I mean, Phenomena is probably the most iconic.
Yeah.
If you're in a room and you go bark, 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 someone's gonna go. Someone's gonna do it. Someone's gonna do Phenomena. Yeah.
But I just it's done so well, and I love. I don't know.
Great. It's amazing. Like it's whatever credit I didn't give it as a youngin'. Yeah, it's 10 out of 10. Keep going.
So I haven't watched it yet because my sister's fiance has never seen any Muppet stuff and hasn't seen The Christmas Carol, which I don't know why she's engaged to him, gonna marry him. And so we're giving him one shot. We're gonna watch it on Christmas Eve because with my family we're gonna do a whole Christmas Eve thing.
I love that. That's really cool.
And so we haven't watched it this holiday season yet. I've been listening to the soundtrack.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say?
No, keep going.
And first of all, I think it's the same guy who did the first Muppet movie. Oh, what's his name? He's a really short British dude, I think.
Ratner.
No, I forget his name. But
Danny DeVito.
Yep, Danny DeVito. And I don't know. I love it so much. I also love that a lot of the Muppet stuff really are like even like some of the this is gonna totally take us off it. So like some of the lyrics of because Christmas. It's obviously a faith. It's a Christian holiday.
Yeah. Yes,
and some of the lyrics really kind of dance around it. Kind of vague. Hope, peace, and love. And I think the farthest they'll go is prayer.
Yeah.
And there's a couple, and I just...
I mean, to be honest with you, A Christmas Carol is not an explicitly, meaning like, it doesn't really explicitly, other than when they have the Ghost of Christmas Present or the Ghost of Christmas Past. No, it's Present. It's the one that's big and jolly. The Ghost of Christmas Present, he says something like explicitly biblical.
Yeah.
About like Jesus, I think. But it's really not like in its origin like a super explicitly Christian story.
Well, there's
like
even
they
this,
do that in the meaning they do that in the play. They talk about a social kind of gospel a lot. Like it's very socially driven. They don't talk as much about like the theological aspect of it.
What's so funny, I forget who else said this. Most people will be okay with God, but rarely will say the name Jesus when it comes to like this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Because
it causes division. Like it would be this. I think Jesus is obviously in a category of his own, and I think there is a specific reason why people like John chapter 3 says because the world has rejected Jesus, they also reject you. So there's a very clear, I think, thing there, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But it would be the same like if you were like, yeah, like I think God is so good, and it's really important that people understand the importance of Muhammad. Like everyone would get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Or if you were like, I think God is good. We're all God's children, and I'm like so glad that we have the teachings of Siddhartha, who's like the teacher for Buddhism. I think everyone would kind of get like a little bit uncomfortable if you're like, yeah, we all believe we're God's children, but what's his name? Ravi, whatever his name is. The same thing. Whenever you go specific, that's where people are like, well, we don't agree about the specifics of this. We only agree with the stuff that actually isn't important. It doesn't matter.
It's like that freaking in my head. I'm just playing that Shia LaBeouf scene from that movie. Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it.
I'm not trying to defend. I'm just trying to like point to reasons why that may have felt logical. I think you have to remember, like, up until the 90s in America, I actually do think like most adults had a very strong understanding of basic Christian theology. And I think there's a little bit of that where they're like, hey, we already know everyone identifies as Christian. So we're not going to hit people over the head with this. We're actually we're going to be a little bit countercultural. And instead of appealing to everyone's Christian nature, we're going to make it more universalist because that's actually not the cultural trend. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that's actually a huge part of like how Hollywood became the way it is like it was pushing back against like what was the popular culture.
Yeah.
And Hollywood was like, "Oh, we're going to like push back on culture, like our culture, everyone claims to be a Christian." And you have to realize like 70s and 80s, it's like 85 to 90% of people claim to be Christian. Mm-hmm. By the 90s, it was lower. By the 2000s, it was dramatically dropped. By the 2020s, now it's back. It's trending in the other direction now, which is crazy. But by the 2010s, it like less people, I think, claim to be Christian than not for like the first time in American history.
I hope this doesn't turn you off to the movie. This has been like 20 years of watching it and overanalyzing the lyrics of the songs.
No, it's great. I mean, it shouldn't turn you off to the movie.
It's great. Darius, what are some of your kind of highlights? What's something that is there a couple moments you quote every year?
No, honestly, no. I love the Muppets Christmas Carol, but I think for me it's more overall like I love it, but I've still only seen it like probably 2 or 3 times. And so for me it's more like I really love Michael Caine's performance. I think he does a really good job. I really love Rizzo. Rizzo's like just so funny on screen.
What I quote it, it's the light the lamp, not the rat, light the lamp, not the rat.
Yeah. The Jesus for us Mises is always funny. Jesus for us Mises.
That is it's from December 1st. It might even be the end of Thanksgiving. Up until Christmas and a little beyond. It's no cheese.
No Jesus for us Mises. Yeah, I saw a girl online and on TikTok that was like, she's from Scotland, and she was like, a lot of you are really always depressed this time of year, and I always get depressed too. And then I realised it's no Jesus for us Mesa season. It's no Jesus for us Mesa season. That's what time of year it is. And that's like, that was her determination of how to keep her head up was, it's no Jesus for us Mesa season. Which I think is really funny.
What I love, and we talked about last episode, I feel like it strike the balance perfectly, not just with like joke-wise being clever and enjoyable for kids, but like being funny, having a lot of funny moments, but then also not taking away from like the heart of the story of Christmas Carol and why it's so beloved.
Yeah.
Like it takes those moments very seriously. Like even like the song Marley and Marley, I believe starts with it's when his old coworker visits him and warns him of the three spirits.
Yeah.
I think it quotes some of it at the beginning of it just to kind of set you up.
Yeah. Set the tone for the seriousness of the...
Yeah.
That is something that I do. Where Marley and Marley. Whoa.
And the orphanage. All the little kitties outside and the bunnies are for us, Mitten. No.
Yeah, I haven't watched it this year. I need to put it on.
Put it on
today.
You will laugh. You will cry. You will understand the true meaning of Christmas besides the birth of our Savior Jesus Christ. Right below it.
I do think that's a great message. And I personally, my experience has been that I actually think most Christians are very readily excited about charity. I think statistically, Christians are the most charitable group of people in human history, period. But I do think that's still a good message. Like, even though it's not explicitly Christian, it is a good reminder for all of us that like the Christian faith is not about simply huddling together in our echo chamber, but it is about caring literally for what Jesus says is the least of these. And when he says that, he's saying...
He means the Mises.
He means the frickin' Mises. Give him their frickin' cheeses. And they asked Jesus, like, you know, how do we serve you? And he's like, well, anytime, like I was thirsty and you gave me a cup, I was homeless and you brought me in. Like anytime you served the least of these,
and you gave me cheeses.
I was cheeseless and you called me Jesus. This Christmas, it's time for some of y'all to go from cheeseless to Jesus. Oh, come on, somebody. Woo! You might be seeing the Mises. You might be seeing the mices. You might be seeing the mouses. But are you with Jesus? Are you seeing his niceness? And are you in his houses? Come on, somebody. Can someone praise the Lord? Something about the name. Someone say it right now. Something about the name Jesus. Oh, yes. Something about. Oh, now something about. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Time to get up in the church. Ooh, yeah, now. Turn your neighbor right now. Tell him Jesus for the Mises. Jesus for the Mises.
Anyways, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Watch the Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah, absolutely. Get up in there. Oh, dude, you know what I saw the other day?
What'd you say?
I want to share with you. I saw a British guy, again, on TikTok. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be on TikTok. My wife kept sending me TikToks, and so I downloaded TikTok. I hadn't had it on my phone for a year.
What are you, a communist?
I downloaded it again so that I could watch my wife's TikToks, and now I watch a few minutes of TikToks every day, and I'm ashamed of myself. But I will say, I saw this video of this British guy, and he was like, I wanted to tell everyone, what's the equivalent of like, when there's an American guy and he's like, let's go. He was like, I want to tell you what's like the British equivalent of an American guy who goes, let's go. And he goes, here it is. We go, get in. Get in. And I was like, that sounds so sick.
Yeah.
So from now on, get in. Get in. I'm going to say it all the time. People they're going to have no idea what I mean. I'm just going to keep going, get in.
Wait, I totally kind of derailed your point about about Jesus there.
No, you didn't.
Did you finish what you were saying?
Yeah, people got the point of what I was saying. Jesus says, if you do this to the least of me, you're serving literally me. So I think it's a good reminder. A Christmas Carol is a beautiful reminder for Christians, especially, that like, not just this time of year, but as part of the practice of our faith, giving the cheeses to the Mises means we're closer to God. Like, that's an important thing.
Yeah. There's one line that I always get I try not to get triggered by it. There's Great Thankful Heart, I believe, is like the final song when Scrooge turns his one line. He's like, and a promise to share the wealth. Promise to share the wealth. I get triggered by that phrase, and I try not to because I know what it means now, but that's not what they're meaning.
Well, it's not sharing the wealth if it's mandatory. And it's like, that's the difference. And it's the same for liberals and conservatives. Conservatives think that they can change people's morals. You can change people's mind about sexuality or about the sanctity of life or about gender identity or sexual identity or racial identity. You think you can change people's mind about that by changing the law, but changing the law will not change people's hearts. We have the entire Old Testament to prove this, no matter how good the law is. And the same thing is absolutely 100% true for the liberal. Like, making it mandatory for people to surrender their wealth against their will is not sharing. Sharing is a voluntary act. So you're not asking people to share the wealth. You are coming as an overlord and mandating that people surrender their wealth at pain of punishment, with the entire backing of the United States government and military apparatus threatening you. That's not sharing wealth. That's being bullied into generosity, and no one is ever going to become more generous because of that. As a matter of fact, it will indeed only make people worse. So I don't know. I do believe that we should share the wealth. I 100% believe that. Just the government shouldn't force people to do it. That's crazy.
Watch the Muppet Christmas Carol. It's a
Go
great
watch
movie.
Muppet Christmas Carol and be generous. God, for goodness sake, if you're a Christian and you believe in a God that's so generous that he would give himself fully and completely to a humanity that has rejected and hated him, and his generosity has been displayed to you, and that while you were still an enemy of God, Christ died for you, but you can't give to your local ministry or your local church or to your neighbors, then you, unfortunately, are not a Christian. You have not yet received the fullness of the promise and power of God in your life. So if you don't want to be generous, I would pray that you would pray and ask God to change your heart and regenerate your heart, that you would want to, in return, reciprocate the generosity that has been lavished on you as a prodigal child of God to the prodigal people in the world around you and to your local church, which God himself has designed and orchestrated and mandated and set up as the delivery system of the gospel to your community through you, and also as a part of your local church. If you don't believe those things, then I'm praying for you and I love you, but you can't get out of them.
Anyways, that was just for a couple people named Uzi who always be like, oh, why does Darius always have to make it so spiritual? I add the music so you can so your attention span can you can keep your attention span during it, Uzi.
That's really funny. Well,
anyways,
I apologize, Uzi.
No, it's great. That's why we have you on this podcast. Because if not, me and Jesse would just punch each other all the time through Zoom, obviously.
Yes. Well,
we haven't learned the real meaning of Christmas.
Yeah, the real meaning of. The real meaning of Christmas, if you know anything about the history of St. Nicholas, is punching heretics. So you guys can go look that up and have fun.
And it's also about how the wise men weren't there in the manger.
It took them like 3 years to get there.
Took them a little bit.
That's funny.
Anyways, that's it for this week. Merry Christmas. See you guys in the new year. Hopefully we have Jesse back. If not, I'm so sorry.
If not, please someone kill us. Please end it now. Love you guys. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. And hey, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this year. We love you guys. It's fun. We would do this with no audience, but it's fun. Like Theron especially when you like text me and people like Casey text us and people write in and people like Uzi make fun of us. It's great. It's really fun to be able to share this together as a community. So
happy Christmas, and I hope that your heart is filled with all the joy and peace and harmony of Christmas. And if you don't share the wealth, Zora and Mum Donnie's coming for you. Happy Christmas.